It's the High Heel Tea Podcast.
Yes, sir.
Where we speak on real topics that'll make you laugh. Looking good, smelling good, that's a boss chick. Yeah. 6-inch heel, show you how to walk slick.
Hey.
High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. High Heel Tea with Crystal Lee and Ree Podcast. And it's the podcast, and it's the high.
Hi, my name is Elle Shawna Simmons. I am the owner of Elle Event Planning, and I'm here today to talk on the podcast of High Heels and Tea with Crystal and Ree. I'm looking forward to it.
Hey, welcome back to the High Heels and Tea podcast. I'm Crystal Lee.
This is Rihanna.
Yeah, today we are joined by the beautiful Shawna with Elle Affair. How are you doing today?
I'm doing great. How are you ladies?
Good. Thank you for joining us.
Sure.
You were so beautiful too.
She
Like, you have
is.
pretty eyes, real pretty eyes.
Yeah.
Thank you.
When she first came out, I was like, hey.
Real beautiful eyes. Before we kick off with everything else, can you share with the watchers, with the listeners, who you are, a little bit more brief background on Elle Affair?
All right. So my name is Elle Shawna Simmons. I'm the owner of Elle Event Planning and Travel. We do both local and destination events, and we do anything from an intimate dinner for two in your home all the way up to large galas. So everything in between. And we like to say we celebrate anything from new life to the afterlife.
I like that. I like that saying.
Yeah.
What got
dope.
you going?
Fresh out of high school.
Yeah.
It's so funny. I graduated in June of 2000, showing my age. One of my homegirls were getting married because the requirement was they had to be graduated from high school to get married.
Oh, okay.
Graduated in June.
Not college?
Graduated high school.
Uh-huh.
She came to me. She was like, I'm about to get married.
Okay.
I don't want nobody else to do my wedding other than you.
Aw.
We all been in high school and stuff together. Nobody has no professional
Yeah.
backgrounds with anything. So that September she got married. I did it, loved it, and it was just always a lifelong dream to be able to do it full time rather. And just life not being able to or not knowing how to properly charge, and it's a lot with it.
Yeah.
So fast forward about 15 years passed by. And I did one of my other friends, because like my church, I was the wedding planner. We do it for free, because if you do it free, you love it, honestly.
Exactly.
So
It's your passion.
I did hers for free. Again, she's my friend. And after I got finished doing it, she was like, I love you. I thank you. She was like, little girl, let this be the last wedding you do for free. She paid me. I was like, oh, this feels good.
Yes.
Let me go ahead and start this. So got in contact with someone and got my insurance, got my certifications lined up and all that good stuff. So
Yeah.
that's just kind of how it got going.
That's awesome, though.
So 2015 is when that started. 2018 is when I started my travel piece.
Okay.
So, doing the weddings, I was, passing out the work to someone else for the honeymoons. And then someone's like, why would you do that?
Why would you do
Yeah, why would you pass off that? You're researching the venues and all that. You might as well, you can at least get paid off of the honeymoon.
Exactly.
So did that. And again, just started doing the destination events.
Mustard it too.
Yeah, it makes sense.
That's dope. So, did you struggle with the pricing standpoint, especially just doing it out of service to others? Yeah.
Still do. Because depending on, there's so many variables, depending on how many guests you have, how many in the wedding party, the type of venue you have. If you're having it at a rec center versus a hotel, either you're going to pay more on that side or on my side, because I have to bring the people in to set the tables and things like that.
Right,
So,
right.
yeah.
So, what is the what is the biggest event that you've done? Was it in state, out of state?
In state, 275
That's a
wedding.
That's a wonderful
Downtown. Yeah.
Everybody showed up.
So everybody's here.
Yeah. It was a packed
Did you do
house.
that click?
Yeah, people were still wanting to get in.
Yes.
Yeah, it was beautiful. It was tight. It was tight.
Was it a wedding or was it
was
just
a
like an
wedding.
event? Okay.
Who knows,
Yeah.
230 something people.
Was it the people with the billboard? Look,
Oh,
Right. I wish.
sound like it was theirs.
the royal matrimony.
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I sure was trying to go.
I never saw it. The actual.
Like,
I saw the wedding. Yeah.
You did?
It was a couple people that I knew that were posting when they were there. So it was a dope event.
okay,
Yeah. I tried to go.
they better come out now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, is it? I'm sure. I don't know. Just thinking like from a logical standpoint, I don't think size of anything at this point matters when it comes to what is stressful, what is not. But coordinating 200 plus people
Yeah.
for a wedding, plus making sure the bride's good and her party's good. What do you find are like the major stressors from the event planning standpoint? Or what do you find more,
Or even
and what do you
challenges.
find more easy? Yeah.
The challenges would be getting the information from the client.
Is it the correct information or the exact information rather?
Information.
Just
Like,
communication.
yeah, just, because they're working and,
Yeah.
my life is weddings.
Yeah.
Their life isn't necessarily weddings,
Yeah.
So they're still trying to juggle kids, bills, maintenance of the house, et cetera, et cetera. And I'm just like, hey, can I get the songs so I can pass it off to, can I get the shots for the photographer? So things like that. I need the contact information for all your vendors. I can't communicate with them if I don't have it.
Right.
So those are the challenges.
Okay.
If I can get that in a timely manner, that would be great.
Do you use transfer services like WeTransfer, Google Drive, or anything, or do?
I have a CRM that I use for each.
Okay.
Yeah, so it helps keep both of us on task.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because I have staggered events. So
Yeah.
this week, it may be invitations for you.
Next
And
week is something. The actual wedding for you.
So I need to be able to make sure that I'm on task as well as, because you're juggling multiple, gets crazy.
It's fun.
Yeah. You say it gets fun.
Yeah.
But it's probably fun for her because she likes doing it.
do.
Yeah.
She likes. I
Yeah,
think you
she
like the
enjoys it.
facilitation. Not
Yeah.
think you like, but
But
trying to
there's
say
two
what you
different
like.
things. There's
Facilitation
wedding
part
planners
is it.
and wedding decor or decor. I'm more on the planning side
Okay.
than decor. I can do it, but that's just a whole nother beast.
But I thought wedding planning was in addition to the decor. What is the? I know what the difference is, but how does it come separate with what you actually doing from an event?
So a planner is just planning all the logistics. That's a full-time job in itself.
Okay.
So me planning your event, just say for instance, you want me in your hotel room the morning of, making sure you have your shoes, your this, that, the other. Somebody needs to be at your reception hall, setting up time bowls or placing chairs, seat covers, or whatever the case is. So that's kind of two separate things. It's the same, but
Within itself. So do you provide those vendors for
I can.
the additional setup, or do you expect for the person to already
it
have their
depends on
vendor?
their budget. We'll go as far as your budget allows.
Okay.
That's right. You like, look, if I ain't learned nothing, I know we're gonna go as far as your budget.
Yeah.
That's what's up. Okay, so from a traveling standpoint, where are some of, I guess I'm gonna just say your favorite places so far?
I love Mexico.
Yes.
Mexico.
Always a good time.
It's
One-
dangerous.
It's a straight
It's
shot.
dangerous.
It's they're all inclusive.
Yeah, get
they're all
there in 3
inclusive.
hours.
They're all inclusive. Yeah.
How the close to
Yes.
how you on the floor?
Yes.
And the
First-
floor
And they'll
outside.
feed you too.
Yeah. They keep feeding you. They feed you all day.
The authentic avocado.
Yes. Or the orange juice. The orange juice there is
Yeah.
super good. Like I don't
Pineapple
even
juice,
like
too.
orange juice.
Pineapple juice is good too.
Yeah, I don't even like orange juice, but I had
Until you went there.
I was like, okay, I see you, juice.
Oh yeah, I love Mexico. I haven't been in an incredibly long time. What for you made it like easy? I know a lot of times people say places like Jamaica. There are a lot of other areas that's more designated. What makes Mexico for you?
Well, I feel Mexico, you can actually get out and walk around. Jamaica, you better have transportation from point A to point B. You need to get right back to the resort, unless you know someone locally.
Right.
And if you're with someone locally, you're safe. But you're traveling with a group or even just a group, it's just best to
Stay safe.
stay with the pack, meaning the tourists behind the gate.
Yes.
And again, like Mexico, you can get on a bus for $1 and ride
Yeah, up
downtown.
and down.
Yeah, you can go. You actually can go in and sit in the hood and be okay.
Not in Jamaica. Just say that's not the place to go.
No.
I can't remember the last time. I went to both, but they both were fun. But I definitely felt, I will say, limited with Jamaica than Mexico for sure.
Well, you have a good time
Yeah,
once
yeah,
you
you
get
have
to
a
where
good
you're
time.
going. But
Yeah.
that in between, that dash.
Oh my God, it was a
make it
long
count.
ride too to get to everything.
Oh, in the grill. You probably went to the grill.
I was in my Tango Bay. It was such a long time. Yeah, that's where we went. I was like, God dang, I don't even want to go no more.
And the drive between there, like they're so crazy. You just like your nerves are on edge by the time. Yeah, so it's.
I sat in the front too because they were packed, and so I sat in the front. I was just like, all right, whatever. Yeah, I didn't care no more. I swear. And then when they drop everybody off and then they go back or whatever, because we had to go on like this little cruise and all that sunset cruise. it took every fiber in my body not to get back on that bus and go back. I was like, I genuinely don't care. Like this took too long for me.
Yeah.
So okay, all right, right. That's me. Look at me. I'm showing my true personality.
Like I'm tired of being.
You listen, don't invite me nowhere. Okay, so you plan traveling too, right? What does that look like? I know you said you got into a kind of pipeline from the event planning space. What does that look like? What does that process look like?
Same thing like a wedding. You know, you're managing the group, taking payments and all that good stuff. So that alleviates the stress on the host, you know, the guest of honor. So yeah, we'll manage your payments and all that good stuff. Let you know, hey, this is how much your balance is. Thank you for your payment. You know, and at the end, hey, this is who paid their final balance. This is who actually is going. You know?
Yeah.
And along the way, you kind of saying, hey, we're up to 15 people ish. So if you want to get bags or this or that, you know, this is kind of where we are. But ultimately, we don't talk about it too much until we get that final payment. Because everybody pay that $100 deposit, $200, yeah.
Easily.
But once we get down to that last day,
Yeah.
it's like, can I get an extra week? And I'm about to tell them a secret. I never give the final date. I give it like a week or two early.
Okay.
That way I have that cushion because once we get down to
the
they're gonna use it. Yeah, definitely gonna use it. Be like, what, how long?
I just need one more week. Okay.
You know what?
Let me see.
We planned a trip to go to Spain in October, and I ain't gonna lie, we did it. Our one friend is three of us, right? So everybody paid their stuff. I think we had just like a super small balance, like $75. And she would send us a message like, "Hey, remember, don't forget that she's 40 emails and everything." Literally the last day. It came down to the last day. And
I'm taking her. I'm like, did you pay your balance? She was like, when are we supposed to pay it? I said, I think like keep saying like a couple of days.
Yeah.
I'm sure.
It was that day. It was just the weirdest thing. And it's like we literally put everything down up front, which we wasn't that happy about because I guess just the way they interpreted it.
Yeah.
No one had a problem with paying. We paid everything, so that's fine. But yeah, well, I tell you, the remaining balance was like
Yeah, you didn't want to let it go.
nothing. Last day to pay it, and we just sitting here like lollygagging around. But everybody got it together, and we're going. So now we gotta find our outfits. So now you need to add that to your list.
Do itinerary planning and all that good stuff too.
Yeah.
You know.
And get a feel for it.
I have a question. So say for instance, we have a party that wants additional amenities. Like say for instance, somebody wants like some, you know, pretty stuff in their room when they come in. Is it something you'll help coordinate as well?
Yep.
Okay.
And depending on if it's sorry to cut you off, if it's a group, I always go.
Okay.
Because there's certain things that I can't do away. And I typically will kind of work with the same resort. So if I'm not there, so for your honeymoon, if I send you to this place, I can reach out to concierge and they can do the things that
you're looking for.
Exactly.
Yes. Do you find it any challenging in doing things internationally, like from a communication standpoint?
It's very hard.
Yeah.
Again, that's why I tried my best to work with the same resorts.
Yeah.
And that's a quick rundown. Yeah.
Mexico was one of the I actually was originally supposed to go to Mexico and host the next Destination Hills class there, and I work with a traveling agent. It's been like a really dope collaboration to do because like it's like, okay, it's entrepreneurs. We're all entrepreneurs. How can we collaborate? Like, well, if I have this business and this is what I travel doing, maybe you can help me take this to a new market using your expertise and, you know, your connect
strategies.
Yeah, from an international standpoint. So that's what I did last year. And then this year we made an attempt, but it was just like this barrier with Mexico. I guess
it can be challenging. So that's when I feel I have to be stronger with my client. Because I can't always get the answers as quick. That's the thing about international, especially Jamaica. Their time, they're so laid back. You know, it's not a rush. You send an email here, we expect an email back. The same day.
Yeah.
A couple weeks later, hola, señorita. You're like, oh, welcome back. You know. So,
come on, stop, motherfucker.
Stupid.
Yeah.
Okay, that was something else. I remember, and so what I end up doing, honestly, I end up just canceling it.
Yeah,
because I need to have things finalized with them by a certain date to even promote it to say, hey, you sign up to do this by this date, and I was just like, you know. everything happens for a reason, and maybe next year is supposed to meant to be bigger and better in some way, some shape or form.
It's just
So,
one time for that place.
it
Yeah.
wasn't time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I feel it.
So I know you said you do different types of events. It's not just wedding.
That's my passion.
But wedding is your passion. That's your strong suit area. What other type of events?
My second runner-up, which
Yeah.
may be taking the first place,
Okay.
funerals.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. I
Like
think it's gonna look
funerals itself, or just like
decor.
the decor for the funeral?
Okay. You see my face like,
Yeah.
because I was trying to
Is
instantly
it the
think like,
repast,
how's a funeral?
or is
fun
it just the
plan?
funeral
The funeral
itself?
itself.
Okay.
So,
Are you doing the body too at all? Like
no.
the
No, that's where it stopped. I ain't say nothing about nobody. Nothing about
She said,
nobody.
"Hold
I
up, ma'am."
I was gonna tell you what I want to wear. What kind of eyelashes to
No,
get?
no.
Yeah.
No,
Okay.
it stops right there.
Alright, like-
So, we'll decorate outside of the casket. Sometimes we'll even wrap the casket, depending on, situation. But enclose the casket, up lights, the florals. We'll make sure that they all coordinate. Sometimes people donate or give flowers. We'll make sure those are somewhere else. We'll have
The
ones-
coordination.
Yeah, they'll be up front or in the area that's designated for.
Like donate the ones that I want. Don't send no color flowers at all.
Yeah.
Like Crystal sent some sunflowers.
The color is blue. What we gonna do this,
Crystal
man?
sent 3 sunflowers.
Yeah. So typically, the people that have hired me, they have been, a little anal about things like that. So, they're grateful for the flowers, but they're like, yeah, put them out in the hallway or somewhere else.
Yeah.
This is.
But I want.
Yeah,
You do
this is
usually
look.
see the plants in the hallway and
Yeah.
the decor.
And it's nothing against,
No.
you're grateful and,
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
but it doesn't.
Yeah, wrap me up. Look,
It's-
just wrap my
wrap
whole
me-
body.
Mommy.
Just wrap. No, I want to be cremated. Just wrap my little thing, put me out there. Just
I
wrap me up.
think it's smarter to be cremated.
Why you think? What's your view take on that? You looking like? Wait a minute.
No, so this is my thing on the whole.
Okay.
If you're going to get cremated, it's up to you, of course. But at least have the viewing.
Yeah.
In my opinion, I feel
I'm
like
saying
it's closure. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? You get to see the person. There's some people that's done died and I ain't seen. I'm like, I'm just waiting for them to come around.
Yeah,
So I think that's a
I
big
agree.
thing for
It
me.
depends on how you die for the viewing.
That too. Oh yeah.
So
If you,
yeah, depends on the
yeah.
situation.
Yeah, but still, closed casket. Be there.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Be there. Be square.
If I got closed classes, just cremate me, put me up on the thing like
Save
the
your money.
man, like the white people do. Like I've been to like several white people's viewings. Like they're simple, straight to the point. They don't got no pamphlets. They got these little bitty business
the
cards
prayer card.
with the picture on it to tell you start date, end date, a little prayer about them, and that's about it.
That's it.
It's like these people have way more money than majority of us.
Yeah.
And they're not taking their time to spend all this money on
Thousands
something
and
that
thousands. 'Cause
doesn't
it
make
can get
sense.
costly, very costly.
It does, very costly. Even with my sister passing in 2019, she wanted to get cremated, but I still had the viewing. So you still have to pay for all of those essentials.
yes.
So you have to pay for the viewing, you have to pay for this, you have to turn around and do this and this. I'm like, no, let's give that money to my kids. Like I'm gone. My spirit has left my body. This is a shell. I just read somewhere this lady wanted to get cremated with her favorite flower.
That's unique.
You know what her favorite flower was?
Her rose.
No.
Ah.
Marijuana. Marijuana. And so he was a white lady.
my little
She was
baby's
talking
like
about it. So I'm looking at the videos and it was like the whole funeral smelled like weed when they went in there.
Unique though.
But it was hilarious.
Yeah.
And because the daughter was speaking to it on the video and I was just like, oh wow. Well,
That's super unique. I think that would be hilarious for a weed head too.
Yeah.
just cremate me with my favorite flower.
I think it makes sense. I think it's actually the best thing to do. But I'm not gonna lie, like I'm a burn survivor, so I just be like, even if I'm dead, you've been up put my body on that fire. If I ain't hear what
Think about it like this.
what
Like,
do
would I rather be burned and turned to ashes or just sit in the casket and get ate by rodents and bugs and everything else? So, I don't know.
I really don't care as long as my cat come with me. I don't.
What if your cat not dead?
I don't trust anyone to take care of my
So
cat.
you gonna kill the cat?
That's what I was gonna say. You gonna kill the cat?
I think that
A picture of the cat, maybe.
I don't know. I just don't trust nobody to take care of my cat.
I don't trust her.
I think my daughters are jealous of my cat. So if something
kind of
was
cat is it?
it's just a tabby. If something was to ever happen to him, I mean, to me, I think that they would not. I think they would intentionally like not care for him the way that I care for him because they're so jealous. You know what I
So
mean?
you want him to go with you.
I don't. I don't want to live without my cat, and
Okay.
I don't think my cat wants to
So
live
this is what you're
without
gonna
me.
have in your will. If I die, kill the cat.
I mean, if by the grace of God,
Did you hear that? Did you hear that?
if it's many years from now, we both gonna be old anyways. What if we
Girl.
both old as hell? And
He still got some years
What
in
if he
him.
go first?
I just genuinely don't ever want to live without him.
Oh.
But I wouldn't go with him. No, I would go.
I'm a cat.
Yeah, I will probably. I will act as if I lost a child. That my cat is my baby.
Okay.
Yeah, I love him a lot. So,
Yeah.
and I don't trust nobody to
He's
take
sweet,
care
though.
of him the way that I do.
Yeah.
And so I don't know. I feel sorry for him. Like even when I go to like the cat shelter, I know this is ain't got nothing to do with event planning or traveling. But even when like I went to the cat shelter and I saw all the cats there, we ended up adopting another cat, and his owner died. Like a week before we got there, right?
Okay.
So none of the immediate family claimed him, and they brought him to the shelter. And so I was just like, man, look at all these cats, and I was like, man, my cat better not never end up in a freaking cat shelter.
Yeah.
But you know, my kid's so jealous. He's like, who's gonna take care? I ain't taking care of her. Give it to the shelter.
You
Like,
see how she thinks.
yeah, yeah. I don't know. Yes, that's my baby.
They can't wait till she dies. It's cat
I
on the top
told
of his
them
head.
what I told them was that I'm leaving the house to the cat. It's
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. You want the cat to go.
I didn't know. No, but like, hey, as long as he here, y'all could be here.
That's
what I told
hilarious.
them. Yeah, I'm gonna leave my house to my cat.
He gonna turn into a human. This is my house.
Yes, he
Right.
got his own side of the bed, and long as he here, y'all can be here. And something happened to my cat,
You gonna come back and hunt them.
I'm gonna put it all in legal documentation.
Wow.
Yeah, but anyway,
You don't come back and hunt them.
That's crazy.
you don't have animals?
I do.
Okay.
But she don't think about it like that.
And that's
What
my
you
daughter's dog, Yorkie,
okay.
teacup Yorkie.
But see, it's your daughter. So your daughter,
Yeah, that's
like
her baby.
strong. You know, when it's your baby, this is my baby. Like this is, I feel like this is literally, it's a cat. I understand it, but this is my baby.
Aw.
I raised him since he was 6 weeks old. He going on 3 years. So.
Look at her. Oh, so precious. He got a birth certificate.
Oh, that's a good idea. No, but this year I do plan to. I do
like,
plan to
wait
give
a
him a
minute.
little cat birthday party. You know.
I gave my dog a birthday party.
Yeah. I want to give him a little birthday party. Everybody got to say meow, 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 meow. You know,
Yum yum yum
Yeah.
yum 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 yum.
for his birthday. I saw on your Facebook profile you are like hanging upside down doing what, zip lining?
Yeah.
So that's what
Mexico.
you're not giving now. You're not giving that wild. I want to hang up because zip lining is scary as hell.
Mm-hmm.
I went one time and I always felt like I was like this daredevil.
Uh-huh.
I said, "Oh, never again. You can never get me to do that again."
You like adrenaline? Adrenaline
Yes.
rushes?
So the biggest thing I've checked off my bucket list.
Yes.
Skydiving.
Okay.
I want to do that.
Me
though.
too.
Best.
Yes.
I do.
When I tell you I've never felt that free.
Did you go alone or?
It was for my birthday. I turned
Okay.
40, so a few of us went.
Okay.
And
It do have to do with the person.
yeah, you have
Okay.
to tether. Yeah,
You got to be trained to do it by yourself.
Mhm.
Like
You
I
get
was so many times.
yeah, like hundreds of jumps before you can go by yourself.
Mhm.
The scariest part to me was the plane getting up to the altitude because it was a little crop dust. It's you're like,
You shaking.
Oh, boy.
shaking.
Yeah.
but the crazy thing is, I was never nervous about jumping. That was never a thing. But
Okay.
I could see how you're ready to jump when it's time to jump. They have you on your knees for like 10 minutes.
Got
So
to
you're-
got to drink your milk before you go.
Yeah, you're on your knees for 10 minutes. So by the time it's time for you are ready to go because your knees, you're like ready to go.
Mhm.
So yeah, I do. I love
Yes.
all the things.
Yes. When Terry sent me your profile, I was just like, what is she doing? I thought I was a wild girl. I ain't that wild. I got limitations.
Like
but I
roller
want to
coasters.
skydive.
I'm not the biggest.
Yeah, I ain't messing
I
with
don't like. I don't like the drops. I'm like,
Yeah.
I used to be, but nah.
I been got old then because I've been stopped messing with them.
yeah, I
roller
do
coasters.
something. I like stuff to
them.
turn upside down and flip. I like those, but
The roller
but
coasters?
no, I mean like rides.
Okay.
But the drops,
The
for
drops,
roller coasters, that's what gets me.
Yeah.
Talking about you gonna be at the kiddie port at Six Flags on the
Yeah.
donkey rides like,
Yeah.
with a 3-year-old.
But I got one big one that I'm looking forward to.
Okay.
And that's the sharks. I
Okay.
want to be in the cage and the sharks come and
Underwater.
Is that her?
Yeah. No.
Okay. Where is that at?
They have in
seen it.
different places. So the
Real
Bahamas-
shorts.
It's like you go into this cage and they drop the cage under the water,
Yeah,
and
yeah.
then the sharks are just like
Yeah.
there in the presence, but they can't really get
they
to you
can't get
because
to you.
you're
And it's like the
secluded.
that like their nose is like, but they
That's
can't get through.
scary though.
That's the last.
But so
thing.
that I would do that. I ain't
Not
gonna
the
lie.
last thing, but that's
I would do that.
up there, like, because I only have knocked off.
As long as they can't get to me.
They can't.
Yeah, I get
You just biggest thing, you just hope and pray that the cable don't disconnect and drop you to
To the bottom of the ocean.
the bottom of the ocean.
There's gonna be an article. The day it becomes a news article. Never mind. One cable went wrong, but
Man.
yeah, never mind.
I don't live in fear
Yeah,
That's
yeah.
because
awesome.
I feel like whatever's going to happen is going to happen to you.
Yeah.
That's
If
100%
it's
true.
a plane, train, whatever's meant to take you out,
Feel that way too.
you sitting right
Like
here.
if,
Like,
Like
if I jump out this plane because I'm skydiving and I die, guess what? It was already written.
It was written already.
or you could have been sitting in your living
Yes,
room.
yes.
And the plane came to you.
Like I
There's
say all the time, you can walk outside today and get hit by a bus, and you
That's
never
what
know.
it's
So
real.
why?
Or in a
so,
car.
Yeah,
Like you have
anything.
more risks getting in that car than you do getting on an airplane, train, you know. So,
So do you use that? Do you use your I guess personal desires to do these risky things when you do your traveling planning with other people? You have to sometimes convince them with their itineraries,
I ask them,
or
but I don't force it.
Okay.
Because I don't want to babysit you doing this.
Yeah.
Like, come on, let's. So a lot of times I'll go ahead and do it,
Yeah.
and they're like, "Oh, when did you sneak off and do that?"
Yeah.
Because I'll get a
saw
feel
you
of
upstairs
people.
upside down.
Yeah.
What's your when's your birthday? What's your sign?
March 31st?
She's Aries.
Okay.
Yes.
I see that.
The fire.
So maybe I don't know if I wouldn't say an alter ego because I'm pretty conservative. I have so much going on between the passport numbers to dates to colors to seating charts. There's so much that goes on in here. I have to
Decompress.
and I have to be chill. I try my best to be as calm, cool, collect. So when I do get a chance to out on vacation or whatever, that's when I
You're
get
like,
to let it
listen.
out.
Listen, I'm,
I'm
going
out.
to have a good time.
I'm out.
I'm
And if
outside.
y'all not on what I'm on, deuces.
Exactly.
Yeah,
And
I
you know
would
what?
feel you.
Yes.
I want to say, number one, thank you again for joining us. Before we end the episode, can you share with the watchers, with the viewers, where they can book you, whether it's traveling or traveling plans or event planning?
Okay.
How can they tap into you?
So I can be found on Instagram, TikTok, Facebook. Those are the main three. And it's Elle Affair Travel or Elle Affair Events. And it's 2 different pages, but either way, you'll get me.
You'll get her.
Yes.
Awesome. Well, thank you again for joining us.
Thank you.
And thank y'all again for listening to the High Heels and Tea podcast. Good.